I really admired in this catalog, this was the July-August catalog, and so many of you have it, is using these particular layouts and stamp sets to create the art. Now, you might not be a fan of these papers, but change it to what you like. So I want to show you this one right here. I absolutely loved this layout, and I wanted to duplicate it and switch it up with some of the stamp sets. But I like intermingling stamps and thin cuts, and I really wanted to show you what I came up with. First of all, you definitely want, let me show you, and it is still available. We used all of this. We used it for the mix-ins for Wanda. We used it for Isabella. You're definitely going to want another pack or two. This particular paper pack is only $6.95, and you might want to get coordinating cardstock, but it's such a great selection of papers. So I really enjoyed this. So I took this pattern, I'll show you right here, this one right here, and I needed two of them in order to duplicate this particular layout. But I changed it up, and I'm so glad that I waited because I want to show you what else I did. I am going to be using part of At the Beach stamp and thin cuts. I also like this one that I can use the same girl for Lake. And let me just show you a little bit more of what I'm going to use. I loved this particular idea too, the pool rules. So I'm using this as well. I did mine in black, but I'm using the shimmer brushes to highlight some color, okay? But I love the lake rules. So here's the pool rules, and you can see I lovingly used it. I also am dying to use the lake rules, which I'm going to be using for some of my own pages. Now, here is this adorable stamp set, right, for the beach. But life is better at the beach. You'll be able to use this again and again, and I'm going to use Making Waves and the Waves for the layout that I'm going to share with you. But there's so many great thin cuts in this one, and I just thought it would be a great one to have on hand. My sister and I go to the beach together, so I can easily use the girl too. I mean, sure, I'd love to look like that these days, but that's not happening anytime soon. All right, so do you see this design? Well, this is the Mix-Ins paper, Lagoon and Nectarine and White Daisy, and that is Lagoon as the photo mats right there. But I changed it up to some new colors and some new shimmer trim. So let me show you what I'm going to use. I used Papaya, our new Papaya ink, and Capri. I love this color. It's just perfect. It's such a true, like, blue sky color. It's brighter. I also added just a smidge of our new Papaya shimmer trim. Now, shimmer trim, we sell in lots of colors. They're self-adhesive. And what you do is when you trim it, try not to cut the tape it's on so that you can easily peel it apart. That's your little tip on this. But it's so pretty. Great coral color. I love it. I showed you the stamp sets, but I'm also going to be adding this new one that's in the Slimline collection. This is the Fishy Greetings, and it has all of these thin cuts. This is great for your kids, the aquarium, going to the beach, the pool, anything that you want to do if you have little ones around that you could use something like this. And of course for cards. The new Slimline celebration, I told you I loved the circles. Totally love the circles. So I want to show you how I used these circles on the layout. So here is the Slimline circles, right? Think bubbles, champagne, celebrations. You can do any of that, as well as look at all of these cute little bubbles. Now, if you put silver paper or maybe holographic paper, you might get more of a mirror image. So maybe you could use that for Halloween, something like that. A witch's brew, brewing up a storm and then having all the bubbles coming out of that for Halloween. So think beyond just bubbles for water. But the other thing is, I actually did my circles in blue, but I wanted to just show you that if you keep the negative pieces, you have the option to glue these together. Basically, you're piecing it together, whichever ones you want. I'm just going to stick that in there just to give you an idea that you wouldn't do all of them. but you could do a few of them. And maybe this little one down here. And maybe this one over here. So that's another look that you can do when you save the negative pieces. You can piece it together on a card or a layout as well. Change out the colors. Just save your little negative pieces. If you want, you can even save these little negative pieces. They're sitting on my table. I wasn't going to bring those over, but you get the idea of what you can do, right? That's what I love about it. It's about 8 inches long, and the stars are just like this. So you can see the stars here, and you can see them on the card. And like I said before, the colors that I'm using are paprika and the new Capri paper. Isn't this adorable? And yes, I used my Epson PM printer to print these photos myself, and I used the PhotoJet program, the collage, to create them in the 3x4s that you see here, and I cut them apart. The colors are awesome. But look, here are those circles, and what I like about it is that you can cut the circles apart and stick them anywhere else you might like, right? And now you can see I did the making waves. I stamped it in Black Intense ink. Now I am using Black Intense because if you color it in with shimmer pens or anything with water, if you don't use Black Intense, it could bleed. So we want to make sure we use Black Intense. And here, since I don't have the Capri shimmer brush yet, I had to use the water brush and Capri ink to get my look like that. And then here I used Peach shimmer brush, and it worked really well. But here you could see the cute little fish, and these are shimmered in, as well as the little fishes are they are too. And this is also out of the Fishy Greetings. So cute. It has a sign, and I'll point it out to you. This is the sign, and it has like these two little hands, so any of these fit right in here, and any of the fish can hold the sign, right? How cute is that? So I chose to do You're Officially the Best, but I could have done Hugs and Fishes, some Swimming By to Say, any of them hello. But these are my nieces, who I got to spend some time with this in June. And I love that they were in the pool and just having fun. And here you go. Here's the pool rules, girls. So it's this stamp set stamped in Black Intense ink on a 4x6. And then I used the shimmer brushes in Peach, Mint, and Lemonade, because that's all I have right now. I don't have any of the new brushes, but they all work so well. Now you can see how I took the circles, right? And let me pop that out. And I actually cut them apart. So I cut it here and here. And then this is stuck over here. So you can see. So you can just change things up. Actually, it went like this. So that's what I love about working with something like this, is that you have options. And you can always just use a few of them and stamp sentiments in there as well, and just have fun with it. Really super, super cute. I love the way this came out. Many of you might have this pattern from the mix-ins, so you're going to need another pack. It will be worth it for you if you like this idea to create it. And it's not hard at all. This is 9x12, 3x12. I did it on white daisy because I was conserving the blue paper, the brand new blue paper. And pretty much a 9x10 on the white daisy, and add 1/4 inch for the papaya. So it's 9 1/4 by 10 1/4. Great ideas of what you can do. I love the fact that I can use this stamp set, and I can still use this stamp. All the options that you have using the products that we sell, a mixture of stamps, some of our new stamps, and from the Slimline collection, as well as the circles from the Slimline collection. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you get inspired to create some of those beach pages, pool pages, before fall really gets here.